What's up, guys, and welcome to the Sack. I'm Wade, along with Osney, Doug the Moist, and No D Cali, aka Wonder Bread. So, Cody, you got a diaper party today. You got a pretty big life event coming on. A little girl, right?
Yeah, another little girl. Be number two.
Excited? Nervous?
Nah, I'm thrilled. You know, life is a beautiful thing, and when you can create life, it's even more beautiful. So yeah, absolutely thrilled.
Look at
I
it.
can hear I can hear the fear in his voice. I
Look
can
at,
hear it.
look at try to give it like a really heartfelt, diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
All because we're recording. He's like, no, man, life's a beautiful thing. You know, I love life.
Life is a beautiful thing.
No, I agree 100%.
Life's a garden. Dig it.
So
That
all
might
right.
be copyrighted.
It
Copyright
might be.
infringement.
It might be. We'll just have to see how it goes. We're not making T-shirts, so we might be okay, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So with having a girl, I know because my oldest is a girl, and I know with having one, I'm petrified of the teenage years, dating. You know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I've started to pregame for that. Borderline raging alcoholic. Just trying to prepare myself for every encounter that I may have in the future. No, it's absolutely terrifying to think about the future years. I just try to live in the moment and enjoy every second while I can.
Well, I can tell you right now, 100%. The first time my daughter brings a boy home, I'm gonna be sitting in the living room in my underwear, nothing but my underwear. I might have a ball hanging out, I don't know. And I'm just gonna hand him a 5.56 round. You know, like, here you go, hold on to this, study it, know what it looks like, because you're probably not gonna see the next one coming. Because it scares me to death to think about my daughter dating. Just really don't want to think about it. But anyway, anybody else got anything interesting going on, like a big life events besides, you know, Cody having a new baby? Which, congratulations, by the way. I don't think I said that yet.
Yeah, so actually on a bigger note though, you know, even more life changing, I bought some pit vipers, and that's
It's gonna be
Nice. I bought my webcam. Not my first webcam, but I'm using a webcam for the first time today.
I know,
It's
because
pretty life changing.
you sold me the better one that you had.
Yeah, because I wasn't using it.
Or cheaper than what he bought the new one for.
Yeah,
You're right. I mean,
you just
you
lost
owe me
all
some
around
back
on this.
taxes on that, maybe.
Oh, so E3 is this weekend. A lot of stuff going on in the world of gaming. Is there anything in particular through the year, not necessarily that's going on at E3, or if there is something that's going on at E3 that interests you guys? You know, what are you guys looking forward to just in general in the world of gaming this year? Because I know for me, it's I'm really excited for the new Ghost Recon, because I played the first one and the Wildlands, and it was outstanding. It was just an absolute great game, and I'm really excited for the new one that's coming out. So what about you guys? Is there anything at E3 that's going on that's exciting to you all, or anything that you're looking forward to throughout the year?
I'm definitely looking forward to what Bethesda has to bring to the table. Last year at E3, they kind of gave us a baby teaser of their new series, Starfield, and I'm hoping maybe this year, maybe this weekend, they'll give us a release date for that.
Yeah, we were talking about
Or
that.
something more.
We were talking about that at work the other day. You said it's almost like an open world but in space kind of theme.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be similar to like the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series, kind of single player, massive open world.
I get you.
You know, RPG. Hoping to get a lot more information, because they really didn't show much last year at E3. They just showed a kind of picture of outer space, like a planet or a moon there, and just the title Starfield. So
yeah, it sounds pretty dope. I mean, you really think about it, you know, as far as just sheer capacity of a game, to have an open world game that is in space, there's so much that you could, I mean, you could have individual worlds that you could explore. If you could explore an entire world, get on a ship and go to another world. I mean, this could be one of those games that people play for years,
You know,
and
there was
you
another
never get to the end of it.
game. I think it was called No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That kind of on the same premise, just planets. You can just go discover planets. There's people that are they're supposedly still discovering planets that nobody else has even seen before.
Yeah.
Kind of how like real space would be.
The thing with the No Man's
Obviously,
Sky,
don't expect that, but
the thing with No Man's Sky, I didn't personally play it. It didn't really strike my fancy, but it wasn't multiplayer, was it? It was sheerly single player gameplay, wasn't it?
no, I
think
think
it.
it's only multiplayer, right?
Is it? I see. I
Like
can't
if
remember.
I thought it was player at first. I know when they announced it, a bunch of people were hyped for it. I think it was PS4 only at first, and then here recently they've made it other consoles like Xbox and PC and everything. But I don't know. I feel like they showed this game, this big open world. You'll never be able to see everything, yada yada yada, and then they dropped the ball on it. Like people left it in no time. It was not what anybody was expecting and all that. I know here recently they've done updates and people got back on it, but I don't really know exactly what all they've done. I'm assuming at this E3 they might either add on to it or do something with it. You would think.
I know when it was first starting to come out, just generally it wasn't a game that interested me. As far as the visuals of it, it looked like it was going to be a visually striking game, but for me, it felt like it left a lot on the table from the get go. For the most part, it wasn't really something that pulled me in. I guess, like with some of these other games, like when Call of Duty comes out every year, there's always something that, being a Call of Duty fan, that draws you back, that makes you want to go, well, what's this one going to be?
Right.
I didn't feel that draw to like No Man's Sky, and I haven't seen anything with the new what was it again, Doug? Starfleet?
Starfield, I think it's called. Starfield.
Starfleet. Where did I get Starfleet?
I don't know.
It doesn't even
Didn't
make
think it
sense.
sounds cool, but
Maybe if it's massively multiplayer, we'll all just get it and we'll create our own Starfleet.
I believe they said it's going to be kind of how Elder Scrolls and the older Fallouts were, where it's completely single player. And now they might do something kind of how the community is doing with Skyrim right now, where you can join parties, or maybe kind of like Diablo, where you can join up with friends, but for the most part, it's single player.
Gotcha.
That would be cool. But
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be mostly single player. They didn't release too much information last year, but
Gotcha. So what about you?
I'm hoping it's going to be like Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if anybody ever played that game.
Yeah.
But there's like
Oh yeah.
you could discover multiple planets, and there's always stuff to do on each planet, and you might progress to the next planet, and then you have to go back and do something on the other ones, and
Yeah.
they've got a lot of potential. I mean, when you're talking about space, it's pretty much infinite, world.
Right.
Whereas Elder Scrolls, they've kind of got a map, and once they make a game on each territory, unless they move to a new land, they kind of run out of space. But
Space, the final frontier.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting concept, to have an open world game in space, just due to the sheer possibilities that are out there. But what about you, Oz? What are you looking forward to this year or
Well,
E3?
tomorrow I'm a big Microsoft fanboy, so tomorrow's their big showcase of E3, and since Sony's not going to be there, or supposedly not going to be there, I think they're going to go, all hands on deck, just blow everything out the water is what I'm hoping. I know last year they teased Halo Infinite is what they're calling it, the newest Halo franchise that they're wanting to do, and they haven't really said much about it. They aren't going the BR route. They said I think it's supposed to be a big. I think they're supposed to throw an open world concept in it, so it's supposed to kind of be a big open world along with the multiplayer side. So I'm hoping they drop a big bomb on that, like just shatter everybody's expectations with it. But
Well,
along with Halo Infinite, I'm looking at Borderlands 3 finally coming out. Really hyped about that. Seeing what else they got to show for it, and then what was the other thing that Microsoft's supposed to announce their new console or what the next Xbox is supposed to be like to compete with the somewhat leaked PS5 and all that.
I
Yeah.
was wondering if they would say something about the new console.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do. Then again, I hope they don't because it just seems like a week ago they came out with the Xbox One X, even though it's been a while now. But
It always seems like such a short time. Like,
when
when I heard about the PS5, I was like, seriously, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One and PS4 just came out, and then you look on Wiki and it's like, oh, that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
right,
it
you're
goes
like, where does
fast.
Huh?
It is amazing, like how fast it goes, but technology is upgrading and updating so fast that you know they probably could come out with a new console every 2 years if they really wanted to. But going back to the VR platform thing, you've got Fortnite, of course, just stormed the world with
oh yeah,
the battle royale genre, and then you had Apex kind of came out of left field, and I feel like they're two head to head. How do you guys feel with the I guess the more mainstream games like Call of Duty trying to introduce a battle royale into their game, and some of these games like it kind of breaking away from what made them what they are and trying to get into this genre a little bit. Do you think it's good, or you think it's just kind of a waste of time? Stick to what you know.
no, I think it's good. I mean, they kind of had to because I mean, once PUBG became big, Fortnite saw, hey, we're making this Fortnite game, but we don't have a BR mode, and BR is taking off. Let's take what we've got basis wise and turn it into a BR and see what it becomes. And obviously, it blew their expectations and everybody's expectations out of the water. I think for Call of Duty to thrive on, they had to, because I mean, yeah, people still play multiplayer, and it's big and competitive for esports and stuff like that. But I don't know, just the BR mode, it gave some people that were done with Call of Duty a reason to go back. They've always wanted to, I want to play with 100 people in Call of Duty because I think I can kill 99 people. Not really kill all 99, but I can outlast 99 people or whatever the situation be. And I
See,
think there's games out there that could go to BR and do well. It's just they don't want to go away from what they originally are
see,
and stuff like
I'll agree with that to an extent. The way I look at it is with that platform, that genre, with the battle royale. I feel like what they should have done is if they're gonna do it. I mean, they did away with campaign,
right.
which to me is not that big of a deal. I wasn't really like, oh no, they don't have a campaign. What the hell?
Right.
It didn't really
Especially
bother me that much. But I feel like if they were gonna do a battle royale game, they should have released it. This is Call of Duty Blackout Battle Royale only, so they could
yeah.
devote more time to it. Because they have the multiplayer with the team deathmatch and hardpoint and search and all those different game modes, and they've got to constantly update the maps for those and update leaderboards, and you've got to do all that stuff for that. And then it almost, to me, it felt like they took Blackout and it was kind of a side project that they were just doing in their spare time a little bit. Because they weren't really updating anything, and when they did, they just like, oh well, here's a boat in the water that looks like a map that we had 4 years ago, and oh, let's change
Look,
the color of the
trees are pink
leaves.
now.
Yeah. Look, we changed the color of the trees. And with this latest update, with them flooding the map with the dam breaking and stuff like that, I feel like if they would have made it a battle royale only when it initially came out, then it probably would have helped a little bit more, because they could have devoted a little bit more time to it. But I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see what you're saying. They definitely should have. And when they announced Blackout, when they first had a teaser for it, they were like, "You're gonna recognize some of your favorite maps through the franchise, weapons, vehicles." So they made it seem like, I'm gonna get to pick up a PPSH from World at War and kill people that are using a, M4 carbine or something like that. They made it seem
Yeah.
like every weapon from every game is going to be implemented into Blackout, when it was really just the weapons from Blackout or Black Ops 4, which, yeah, I get it. That's a lot of weapons to try to implement, but you could have threw some in from every game
Yeah,
as a
and
basic. And
if I think if they would have made it a battle royale only when it came out, and this is probably unpopular opinion, looking at it this way, but I feel like if they would have, said, we're gonna do away with all this stuff, we're gonna do battle royale only, and I think if they would have done that, then they, even though it is a lot of weapons, they would have had more time and they would have had more manpower and more ability and more, I guess, sight to actually do that. Let's pull from, World War II. Let's pull from, Black Ops 2. Let's pull from, let's pull some weapons from all these. You don't have to pull all of them, but you pull like the iconic ones.
the
Like
intervention,
yeah, you pull
Eagle,
those and have those in there instead of this is basically just Black Ops 4, but we have some places that you'll kind of recognize out here in this map.
Yeah, throw Rust on there, throw Shipment or Wetworks and stuff like that.
I feel
Yeah.
like Fortnite has set up unrealistic expectations for
Oh,
what
100%.
games
100%.
should be, because they're, as far as updating on the regular, they're the only game that I've seen that just changes everything like almost on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis. No other game has done that before Fortnite. And now it's kind of like these creators are putting out content, and if they don't just immediately change the game, it's like the community is like, well,
bored
you
with
didn't
it.
change it enough. I'm bored. Peace.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Fortnite because it's not even the same game that I was playing 2 weeks ago.
No, and I agree with that 100%. But Fortnite is its own entity. 100%. It is its own. There's nothing else like it, and I don't think there will ever be anything else like it. Even I like Apex more than Fortnite, just due to the building aspect. I never was really good at it. I never really got good at it. It wasn't really anything that really struck my fancy for the most part. As far as that, so as far as a battle royale game, I enjoyed Apex more than I enjoyed Fortnite. But even with that, like, it doesn't have that same feel. It doesn't have. It's a completely different game all in itself, and I don't think anything will topple Fortnite. I don't think anything is going to be as good. It's never going to reach that, just because it is such its own entity, and breaking through the way they did, and that is their sole focus as far as a game goes, is nothing but that, evolving that game. They don't have 14 other games previous that they've got to kind of well, we don't want to do this because it might mess up something that we did years ago, or well, we got to look towards the future. Like, this is all they have, and I think it makes it easier for them to evolve that and to take their creators and all that stuff and to use that to evolve that game. I think it works better. I don't think anything's going to be able to do that the way that they did.
They've got all hands on deck on to updating it weekly. I'm sure they've got selected groups of like, all right, you come up with new ideas, you come up with new weapons, new consumables, new traps, something, and you all over here, you worry about all the bugs that need to be fixed. They've got so many people working for them now, especially how big it blew up. They've made so much money. They got people on all the cosmetics you can buy and stuff like that. I mean, it's with it being a cartoonish game, but yet realistic game, they can do anything that they want to with cosmetics and make so much money off that. Then they got all these streamers that are,
Partnerships.
partnerships and feeding to the public of what needs to be done to the game. So they voice their opinion. That goes to Epic, and then they also got creators that practically create maps for them. They got the block on Fortnite now, to where that changes every week to 2 weeks from people that have made maps in their spare time. So it's an ever updating map, even though something big might not happen. That block changes every week, and that's from the community making stuff.
And you look at the cartoony aspect of it. How how genius was it for them to partner with Marvel?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I
When they did it,
mean,
everybody's hoping and praying. Give me a Spider-Man skin. Give me an Iron Man
yeah,
skin. This time they come around, and you get to use the Avengers weapons for a game. I get to be Iron Man in a game. I may not look like him, but I can fly fucking pulsars out of my hand, whatever you want to say. And then they threw Black Widow skin in there and Star Lord skin. They weren't identical to the Marvel movies or the Marvel comics, but they were close enough that it made you feel like you were that character.
yeah, and then you add the aspect of, was it Thanos? You've
Yeah,
got Thanos in the game.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, with this last time, you got Thanos and what's his army called? I can't think of how to pronounce it. You got to
oh
play
shit,
as an army as
yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah.
And then after 2 weeks after that, they were like, "Oh, by the way, we're partnering with John Wick." Since everybody thought that season 2 level 100 skin was John Wick, let's give them an actual John Wick skin and create a John Wick game mode that resembles the movie and stuff like that.
I mean, you can't tell me that when you saw that skin, your initial thought was not like, "Oh shit, that's John Wick."
Oh
They
yeah,
knew
100.
they knew what they were doing when they made
Yeah,
that skin.
they called him the Reaper. He looked like a hitman, and
Yeah,
everybody's like, "Well, he's got a scar over his eye. He's got slick back hair and all this and that." They're like, "This is John Wick." And then it built up. Oh, that dude's wearing a John Wick skin. He's a sweaty player. So on, so on. It went on, and then you know, John Wick 3 is a movie. Epic Games was like, let's see if we can't partner. That way, we can make a John Wick skin and make millions of dollars, I'm sure, off of it.
oh yeah.
Who
Speaking
did they
of,
also partner with recently? Didn't
Air
they
Jordan.
partner Jordan as well? That's what I
yeah,
was thinking. Yeah.
So you got two characters that have Jordans on their feet, and they've got, I think, like 4 different styles. So the Nikes on your feet change colors for every style that you unlock and stuff like that. They're geniuses.
speaking of John Wick, have any of you seen John Wick 3?
No, I haven't seen
Nope.
any of them. And talking to PH, unfortunately, he's not in the podcast with us today. But he said that because I was asking about the third one, I was like, "How was it?" He's like, "It's great." He said, "Honestly, it might be the best one." I said, "Oh, so it's a trilogy of movies that hasn't gotten worse as it went on."
Oh no,
He said,
I haven't seen the
every
third one yet, but I saw the first two, and I literally I saw like the second one came out before I saw the first one. I don't know how it flew under my radar, but it did. And the second one was actually out on DVD before I was like, oh shit, this looks badass. And I bought the first one just to watch. I try to base movies that have either a sequel or a trilogy or anything like that, an anthology. I try to watch the first one, and then I can
right,
kind of gauge. I saw that first one. I was like, yep, this is it. This is legit. I immediately, like, I think the same day went out and got the second one and watched it. And I mean, they're well made movies, and they're very practical in the way shit's carried out. I mean, they're good movies.
right. Yeah, I've wanted to, never got around to it. I've here lately, I got free time. It's either Fortnite or the big game at the time. If there's a new game out, like Apex took over for about a month, 2 months for me. But kind of been here lately trying to been watching movies. I just finally got around to watching Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh
And
wow,
Doug,
you are behind.
yeah, Doug went and saw Godzilla King of Monsters, and we were talking about it at work. I was like, I want to go see it. So we all went to see it again yesterday, and by God, it's an amazing movie. Like 95% of this movie is action and just monsters
but
constantly. And
but there's not enough human drama.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in the
yeah,
character development in the movie.
yeah,
It was
That is
that's so
no, that is
upsetting.
the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Movie
This
about
monster
Godzilla.
movie. Yeah, this
Yeah,
monster movie about hundreds of feet tall monsters. There's fighting, but there's just not enough character development. There's
they
not enough
destroyed all
human
of San
drama.
Francisco. That was really cool, but that character didn't develop any. I'm
yeah,
just so
Yeah,
blown away by the fact that
that person running in fear. I didn't really feel that, I didn't feel a connection with that person.
Right. I didn't know them
Like,
well enough to get to fit in their shoes. Like,
yeah.
why are they?
What was her favorite color again?
Why should I
didn't catch
care that
that.
you're running in fear?
It's not. There's a fucking million times tall skyscraper monster that breathes electrical fire or whatever a Psybeam from like Pokemon out of his mouth is stepping over you to fight a 3-headed dragon.
Yeah, but
Why should I care?
but why I just didn't feel that, I didn't feel connected to those people running in fear of a giant monster.
Right.
Did you learn anything? I don't feel like the characters learned anything from that. I mean,
where's the moral here? It's a fucking monster movie. I
Right.
mean, come on.
I really wanted the ending to be like the ending of a South Park episode where like, what did we learn here today? And they give some kind of life lesson. Like if I would have had that, it would have been a 10 out of 10 movie. But
Godzilla comes
solid-
out. He's just
solid
like
4 out of 10.
Oh god, like that just. I haven't seen the movie yet, but like just reading that review and knowing, it's a monster movie. Like, why do you care if there's an underlying romance between two people that have nothing to do with the 600-foot dinosaur lizard motherfucker fighting this giant monster? Like, why do you care? Like, why?
If you go to Rotten Tomatoes and they give it a bad score,
It's a great
it's
movie.
a good movie. You should probably go watch it.
That seems to be like the way it is. Like every time I see a movie that's reviewed and it's the critics review is garbage, I watch it and I'm like, that was a great fucking movie. Like why did that get such a bad review? And then you look at it and it's like Godzilla. There just wasn't enough character development in this movie about monsters killing monsters.
I'm just so disappointed.
Like, Jesus, I just don't get it. Like,
I didn't come here to watch Godzilla breathe fire.
I came here to watch a romance about the people that he almost stepped on.
So, this is way off subject, but Nody Kelly talking about pit vipers earlier, and y'all wanted to see them, so I brought it up on my phone, scrolling through Facebook. Sponsored ad for pit vipers is on my phone.
Yeah, it was already on mine too. Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to purchase them.
Shout out Mark.
Mark.
Yeah.
You say, who's Mark? It's no matter, like, you can talk about it, you can Google it once. Your phone could be in the other room. Think about it. Somehow it's gonna end up on your phone. Like, I could talk about the movie Space Jam, and tomorrow when I'm scrolling through my feed or something, Space Jam's gonna pop up. Because somehow my phone is like, he talked about it, he wants to buy it.
I
Targeted
literally,
advertising.
I think it was Friday. I was sitting up there in BMAX because we weren't really doing a whole lot Friday. We had some downtime, and I was talking to Josh, and he was talking about how he'd gotten that grill or whatever, and the assembly hardware wasn't in it, and he had called and he was trying to get it, and they didn't have it or whatever. So we were just talking about, we said the name of the grill a couple of times, and we were talking about where we might be able to find the hardware for this. And I kid you not 5 minutes later, I was scrolling through, I think it was on our Instagram account, and you know how they'll run ads on there every now and then. I kid you not, there was an ad for that grill not 5 minutes later, after we were just sitting. I didn't look at anything on my phone or anything. It was literally, we were just talking about it.
Wow. Man.
Like, if Big Brother's not real.
Yeah.
Bro, weren't we talking about Vice City the other week?
Yeah, this is a while ago, because I think we were back in Claremont when we were talking about this. We were talking about how.
Hang on, just so you guys know, we keep referencing, work and things in Claremont, and we all work for a bourbon distillery. We all work for Jim Beam. So, Claremont is like the home plant. It's where the American Steelhouse. It's where everybody works. That's where the main plant that we work at. So when you hear us referencing different things like that, talking about our job. We work in the warehouse. We move whiskey barrels around. So anyway, sorry to interrupt, but go ahead, continue.
All good, all good. People, I mean, they need to know what we're talking about when it comes to that because I'm sure we'll reference it a lot. No, we were talking about how Rockstar Games they were like, there's no way we can make a GTA 6 right now, you know, in this world today because the stuff that we put in our games, a bunch of people get upset with, and I kid you
Yeah,
not,
like drugs,
yeah,
liquors,
drugs and
alcohol,
just
driving recklessly, shooting people in the dome piece,
yeah,
stuff like that.
stuff like that. And like 30 minutes later, I'm scrolling through my phone. It's like Rockstar leaks GTA something another, photos and stuff like that, GTA 6 photos and potential of it coming out. And I'm just like, they literally just said not 5 months ago when Red Dead 2 released that there's no way that they could release a new GTA. And here I am talking about it in a van. And then my phone hears it, and boom, there's an ad for it talking about how they've announced some stuff for it.
Well, I think companies do that every now and then too, just to kind of throw you off the scent, so you're not looking for things. So when they do, I think they try to keep that stuff under wraps as much as they can. That way, when they do have hey, we're working on this, it drums up more excitement and a little bit more suspense for the game. And I think it kind of drives more people to go get it, because I know, like for MLB The Show, for example, one's going to come out every year, and I love playing MLB The Show. I played baseball for years, and I love playing the game and the ability to do Road to the Show and build your own guy and have him go through all that stuff. I love being able to do that, but the fact that it comes out every year, it's going to come out every year, you kind of lose interest. Excuse me, you kind of lose interest in it a little bit. And I think I went like 2 years, I didn't even get one, because why would I go get this one? It's going to be the same thing as this one, and Grand Theft Auto, they do different things in each game, but the premise is the same.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they kind of keep that stuff under wraps, just so it just gives a little bit more excitement when it does come out, so they don't see a drop, maybe a drop in sales or something like that.
And we were talking about how they had came out when Red Dead 2 came out and said that there's no way they could release one. I'm sure that stirred up the communities like, what do you mean you can't release a new one? Like, your latest one was so good and y'all keep updating it. We just want to know what the new one could be like. Like,
Yeah,
they're trying to stir people up to see how much they want that new one.
Yeah, and
then
that's
leaks, whatever.
That's marketing 101. Oh no, we can't do that, just so people are like, oh, the fuck you can't. You're gonna do it.
So let's take a step back here for a second. Talking about work and conversations at work. That's where the cul-de-sac was created, and I was not there. I have no idea how this happened.
Yeah, Doug's not even at work when
I was up the night before.
About.
It was Monday night. Me and my girlfriend were getting a little frisky, and I woke up, with pink eye the next morning. So
yeah, she shit on his face, ladies and gentlemen.
So so I took the day off, and then I'm just kind of laying there in bed, like, do I really want to get up yet? And I pick up my phone, and it's like, the cul-de-sac has started following you on Instagram, and I'm like, that's weird. Who's the cul-de-sac? No followers, nothing. Okay.
I
put my phone down.
I have to take a little bit of blame on this, because we were sitting there and we were discussing it, and it was me, Oz, and No D Cali. We were sitting there and we were discussing. We were talking about other podcasts and things, and I think I made the comment of, I had always wanted to do one, but I didn't want to do a solo one. I always wanted to do one with somebody, things like that. And we got to talking about it more and more, and I don't really know how. Oz, do you remember like the exact moment that we like come across, like decided on the cul-de-sac? Because I know we bounced around a few different things.
Yeah, well, not really. I do and I don't. It was just kind of like, a stupid idea. Let's call it the cul-de-sac, and we'll set up, a podcast table, some cameras, microphones in a random cul-de-sac, and people in that neighborhood are gonna be like, "What the hell is going on out?"
Yeah,
And I mean,
I think the idea came across as like we were thinking more like in the visual terms, like what is the most ridiculous thing that we can think of, and it was the idea of setting up a full like almost like radio station booth almost, you know, like the setup with tables and microphones and lights and cameras and you know having all that stuff set up just in the middle of a cul-de-sac.
in a
You know,
neighborhood, whether it be one
yeah,
that we live in or just
No, it's got to be one that we don't live in. Just
Yeah,
some
right.
random people walking down the street, like,
What's going on here?
what's going on? It's like,
You
I
know,
these
need
guys
radio silence,
doing?
please.
Yeah.
A family lives in that cul-de-sac, and here they come from, a family outing, and here we are, just five guys sitting at a table with some microphones,
Oh yeah,
talking to.
just give us 20 minutes. We got to move all our equipment. You can get in your driveway, or you
We're
can just go around. Why don't you just park in your yard?
we're not doing nothing important. Sorry, we're a burden to you and your neighborhood. You're
Yes.
told
Oh, you live here. Woohoo! Yeah, you know, I'm trying to do a podcast here. You know, just drive around. You know,
right.
find another way through.
And then, all that came up, and we're like, why don't we just like buy a piece of land and build a cul-de-sac, like make a cul-de-sac with nothing around us, and we just go out there weekly, whatever it is. And then we got the, toss around the idea the cul-de-sac goes on tours, coming to a cul-de-sac near you, and then
And
we played off that.
I think I kind of like I don't know if I took it like super literal, and I don't know if it was just sheer excitement at the thought of getting to do this, you know, with you guys or what it was. But I literally like everything that we said, I just immediately started running with, and I was like, well, we need to make a Twitter and an Instagram and a YouTube, and you know, and I started making this stuff on breaks at work. Like by the end of the first day, what we had an Instagram, we had a YouTube account, and
I just started getting notifications. Like, it was like a Discord. I'm invited to a Discord, and it's Wade's Discord, and I'm like, you know, he already has a Discord. You know, he's an established Twitch streamer, and all of a sudden he's just like, hey, here's my new Discord. Here's my Instagram, and it says something about you come here weekly for podcasts, and I'm like sitting at home like, what is going on? Something's happened at work, and I'm here at my house scratching my eye like, what the hell's happening?
and we're just
Yeah.
like, Doug, you're in this. You don't
Yeah.
know it. We don't care if you want to be in it. You're in this.
No
Here
matter
you go.
what.
Like there's no second guessing, no thought put into this. You're in this. We don't
I
care.
feel honored. Like, I didn't even have to be a part of the creation. It's just like, you're here in spirit.
Right. And I mean, we talked about it, and Cody, or not Cody, Wade took upon himself and like created all the stuff for it, the Twitch, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Discord. And then, we were tossing around the idea of having special guests, like family members, people from work that we find funny that would make a good person to be on there. And we told some other people at work about it, and they're like, "Oh, I would love to listen to you all do a podcast. I don't even care what it's about. Y'all are hilarious. We've worked with y'all before. We like working with y'all. We would love to sit here and listen to you for no matter what the subject's about for 10 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how long an episode goes."
Yeah, and it all came out of a place of, you know, we're just constantly, you know, shooting the shit, being idiots, and
Oh yeah,
you know, just saying dumb stuff and having a good time. And I think it was more the thought of being able to carry that over into our personal lives, our everyday lives, and being able to share that with with more people and being able to do that. I think that's where the idea kind of more or less blossomed. It kind of came from and became something of its own, to where
right.
we're now recording the first episode, and the idea of this came up, what was it, like Tuesday or something?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of early to middle of this past week, and we were just like, all right, let's do it. Let's just jump in, both feet, go all in 100%. Let's just do it.
Right. And
Yeah.
I mean, we bullshit all day at work while working safely. Put that in there.
That's a lie.
No, we of course we think we're funny. Everybody thinks that their self is funny. But when you have other people telling you that you're funny and I want to listen to that.
I
and
don't
we're
know
like,
about you, but I know I'm funny. I am damn funny. You watch who you're talking for.
but like when other people tell you, yeah, I'd love to listen to that, you're like, well, maybe there's even more people out there. Maybe we can get a following doing this. Maybe there's other idiots like us out there that find all this stupid shit we find funny. Let's see if we can actually go somewhere with this.
Yeah, and like and we didn't come into it either as looking at it as let's build this, let's make this something huge. We came into it more or less looking at it as this would be an absolute blast. This would be a shitload of fun. Whether or not we ever even published anything, ever uploaded anything, it would be a blast just to get together. There's 5 of us in total. PH, as Doug said earlier, wasn't able to be here with us this week. He's on vacation, which brings up a funny story that we'll get to here in a minute. But whether or not it goes anywhere, it's more or less we all share similar personalities, and it's a lot of fun just to get together, the 5 of us, 4 or 5 of us, whatever it may be, and just shoot the shit. So to be able to do that once a week, just the idea of it was more or less
Right. 5 people that didn't really know each other that ended up working with each other and becoming good friends at work, and then trying to expand that to outside of work by doing a podcast together, and then just maybe making it into something eventually. Granted, it'd be great if this turned all our lives around and we blew up from it, but
I'm not saying we don't have lofty dreams. By no
right.
means. We
we
100%.
we dream plenty big.
We 100% have lofty dreams. But
But
talking about taking the cul-de-sac on tour, or coming to a cul-de-sac near you.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely have lofty dreams with it. I'm not saying we don't, but if it didn't go anywhere, it's not one of those things that we'd be like, oh fuck, we just wasted our time. Because it's just it's fun. And I think that's the most important thing.
Whether we're the only ones that got enjoyment out of it, or a handful of people, or more than that. Because I'm sure we've all thought, I'd love to bring a camera into work and record our conversations and record what we do. But unfortunately, we can't do that. But
So yeah, I just want to jump on the bicycle and back pedal a minute. Something that struck me.
He's alive.
Like when you was talking, it was almost like a trigger word. Like I was like some.
Oh God,
like
his millennials coming out. His millennials coming out. He's triggering. No. He's triggering.
No, it's just like a word that triggered something inside of me. You said the word shit, and it got me thinking. Like,
oh God.
You said the word shit 3 times, meaning 3 different things.
Oh yeah.
And that has got to be like the most complicated word in the English dictionary. You literally said,
I wouldn't hear it.
We don't give a shit, which means like you don't care. Then you said like, I mean, the word shit has like 30 different meanings. You don't care, you do care, you literally take a shit. I mean it's well, so many meanings to it.
Not only that, but you think about this, and I try not to use it very often, but I do use it quite frequently. But you think about the word fuck. Yeah. It's the same thing as shit. I mean, it's just got this broad spectrum of meaning, and I mean, it's pretty interesting. Like you think about how much you can say with one word.
Right. Yeah, you either care, you don't care. You can fuck somebody, you can get fucked, you can.
That's the same meaning, just two roles there.
Reverse roles.
You just used it, and it's the same meaning, just 3 different roles. You're either giving, getting, or sending away.
But you get what I'm saying? It's like it's really complex. I feel like I don't know.
Right, like you could say this burrito is a shit, meaning that it's fucking delicious.
Right, or you can say this burrito ain't worth a shit. which
Yeah.
means
What?
it's horrible.
I mean, you think about what you just said there, Oz. This burrito is the shit. You take out one word from that sentence, and you're eating a shit burrito.
Exactly.
And then later on, that same shit burrito is gonna literally cause you to shit.
Exactly. Then you take fucking shit and put them together, and then say this burrito is the fuck shit, and you're like, what the fuck is
I don't
that?
think I've ever used the term
The
"fuck
word
shit."
fuck shit, no.
Now you will. Now
I
you can-
think
you
I've
can-
had like the I think I've added the ing to the end,
No.
and
Everybody
then
listen.
but I don't think I've ever used just fuck shit.
This
But
burrito.
on like the topic of cuss words, what who I should say who defined the cuss word? Why do we have like 13 words that are just like no, you can't fucking say those? Like all right, so me personally, like my kid. So I got a 2-year-old, as we established earlier. Yeah, like I try to watch my mouth with my kid. Like I really don't give a fuck. I mean, it is what it is. Like
It's a word.
But like what you're saying is who deemed that word a foul word?
Who sat down at a table and was like, all right, this 4-letter word, fuck. This I don't like this word. No, you don't say that. And then like
You
all
don't
right,
say
so
that.
Kids
so, like-
shouldn't say it. You're going to hell if you say it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that's that word.
I mean
is like
that
in
is
vain.
that is something that's definitely interesting. You just
And,
think
like the
about
word
language.
ass.
You just think about language as a whole. And I know we're getting into something that's like what, like why, but if you look at language as a whole, why is this a pencil? Why does the word pencil mean that? Who's deciding what words mean what?
Bro, I used to sit
You
when
know?
I was a kid. I used to sit there and think about that, and I would try to like define the word in my head.
You ate paint chips when you were a kid, didn't you?
So I mean, it's a possibility.
You ate lead
But-
paint chips.
So I
And
would
you
be
lived
like
under
in
a
like
power
third grade. I'd be like in 3rd grade, sitting there thinking about the word grocery. Like, why is it called grocery? And I'd be like, all right, so take the word, break it apart. You're going to the grocery. So now we got the word go. Like, take out the R, throw the R away, and just go.
Well, now you're not breaking down the word. You're making new words. You
No,
can't
I'm breaking-
like this.
I'm
That's
literally
not how this
breaking the word.
works.
You go to the grocery, and it's like your grocery. So what has grown is in the grocery, and you're going.
Oh
And then
my
you're going
god!
there to see it. So now you have grocery.
This right here is called
see.
making something out of what it's not.
I was
This is the first of many tangents here.
I'm just saying.
I got you. I feel you. Not literally, because that's kind of weird, but
I mean,
who am I kidding? I'll give it a butt touch.
Just stop there, Nody Callie. Don't say I mean. Don't go. Don't feel that fire anymore.
Wind up burning your
But
house
I-
down.
Except for that fence, because Doug built it, and that thing's indestructible.
bruh, my dog literally like chewed the bottom piece of it off. Fucking hate
Your
my
dog,
dogs.
your dog also destroyed your truck.
It ate my truck. Like, let me elaborate a little bit. It didn't like physically eat the goddamn truck, but it like chewed the fucking wires apart in my truck. I have a 2013 Ford. It won't even run. My dog destroyed it.
What did he do to get under there and chew the wires? Like, did he chew a wire? Like, was there a wire harness?
All right, so first off, my dog's a fucking cunt. All right, and he just like crawled under there and somehow wiggled his little head up there and just started chewing on shit. And yeah, he just chewed on something and it chewed on the wrong wires.
Is your dog like a spawn of Satan? Like, did he come from hell? Like, I've never seen a dog get underneath a vehicle and like, oh, there's wires up there. No, let me shove my head up through, the
fucking engine bay. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
let's
through the
get up in
motor
there.
mounts. Dude, come to my house someday. He chewed the electric out of the side of my garage. So like the fucking 200 amp breaker that runs into my 100 amp that goes out of my house into my garage. He chewed it out of the fucking wall.
What does your
outside.
dog just like have a fetish for electrical
Electricity.
wiring?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, man. He likes to get like, all right, like this is no shit. He likes to get shocked. So I have like a barrier fence, like a wireless fence.
yeah,
Shock
Pet
collar.
safe.
shock collar. Yeah.
Shout out Pet Safe. Give me that sponsor. Pet Safe. Go buy your dog a Pet Safe fence. But anyways, so I got him on this fence, and he'll literally like it's turned up to the highest setting. He'll go sit on the line, and you can see his fucking like neck twitching from the shock, and he'll just lay there because he enjoys it and like wag his tail and shit.
So
He's a fucking
you've created this problem, is what you're getting at. You
dude.
you have
He's like a.
created this fetish for your dog where he
I
just
think
he
it's like a
enjoys being
sexual
shocked.
thing for
Yeah,
him.
it's
Yeah, I think it's like
100%. But
he
what
just
you're not
enjoys it.
telling us is you're out there with him, sitting on that line, going red rocket, the whole time, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
The lack of response there worries me, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Now that
Change
you
topic.
on
No.
Just mumble over yourself, because that will just throw every accusation out the window.
shit about it now that you did that.
But yeah, my dog's absolutely spawned. But he's a good pup, dude. He's a cool dog.
You just said he was a dick.
Yeah, dude. God rest his soul. He's in the ground.
What?
Nah, I'm just kidding. He's outside.
This is the worst dog I've ever had, but he's a sweet pup, man. I mean, he's a great dog, but he's
You want to
dead.
buy him?
But no.
Nah, he's still alive. His name, his name's Creek. Shout out fucking trolls. Shout out Justin Timberlake. Playing
What?
Fucking,
Oh my god.
you ever seen Trolls?
Justin Timberlake was in Trolls, Doug. If you didn't know, that was Branch, wasn't it?
Doug, yeah,
he
Branch.
played Branch.
Doug's a little behind on the movie scene, especially the
Hey,
kid movie scene.
Don't
about
Anna
12 years
don't Anna
behind on the
Kendrick
movie
playing
scene.
that?
I don't know. I have to look. It's been a while since I watched it.
I think-
Doesn't she play Poppy? Who plays
Yeah.
Poppy?
Yeah, I think she does.
She's
Actually,
hot.
I'll tell you another, like, on the subject of kids movies with singing and stuff. Have any of you seen the movie Sing?
Oh, dude, that's my shit.
Dude, I
Love it.
loved that movie. I thought that was,
The
Yeah,
gorilla.
super.
And when the gorilla dad breaks out of jail, just see his son play the piano because he knows he's fucked up in life. That shit hits hard.
Yeah, the gorilla killed it. Like,
Yeah, 100%. What was his name? What was the kid's name? Because he's the same kid that's in. Oh shit. Oh, I know this kid's name. I can see his face and everything.
Yeah, he's a fucking
But-
gorilla.
I almost want to look it up.
what's the song that the gorilla sings?
He's on the piano though.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, we were riding in the car and it was like on 98.3 or something.
Doug, what are you opening?
That song was playing, and
That's
Sophia's-
loud as fuck.
Sophia's in the back singing this song. I'm like, "There's no way you know this song." She's like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "All right, sing some more." Granted, Sophia's my stepdaughter. She's 6, and she knows this song from like 1980. Don't know how. She's like singing every word to it, and I'm like, "How do you know this song?" She's like, "It's from Sing, the gorilla sings it." I'm like, my bad, Miss Attitude. Like, I don't know the song.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but kids in music, it's amazing. This is like my daughter; she'll be 3 in August, and because we watch like the nursery rhymes, like they've got the Dave and Ava and all that stuff on YouTube, and they do nursery rhymes, like Bingo and If You're Happy, and they've got all these different
Fucking
songs and
Bingo.
stuff.
Yeah, Baby Shark.
It's just sit there, yeah, Baby Shark. Oh God, fucking Baby Shark. Jesus,
Dude, my
shoot
daughter
me
knows
now.
fucking Dio.
No, well, like they memorize all these songs, and they're singing it. And then my daughter's the same way. We'll get into the Jeep or something. We're going to go somewhere, and she'll just say rock and roll, which immediately she wants to listen to Twisted Sisters. I Want to Rock, and you'll hear her in the back seat, 3 years old. I want to rock. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's amazing to
Dope,
me
dude.
just how kids' minds work, especially when it comes to like music and things. Where
Yeah.
My
they
daughter
can
was
soak that
literally-
up so well.
My daughter was literally two days old, and I was playing fucking Pearl Jam for her. So I swear, you can come
Well,
over. And
that's
test
just called conditioning your child.
Yeah, well, I mean, you, dude, but still, like, I get, like, I guess I did. I mean, I just like implanted in her, like, she loves Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, fucking. Uh,
This is why
excuse
we
me.
call him Wonder Bread, ladies and gentlemen.
Why? Anyways, fucking Linkin Park, Red Hot Chili Peppers. She just loves them.
You're just
And it's,
driving the point home, brother. Just white as hell.
Bruh,
Throw a little Kid Rock in there.
some of the greatest bands ever.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
What?
Double F's on my arm right now.
Yeah.
Yay.
Green Day.
Green
Yeah.
Day.
Blink
Green Day's on
182.
Blink's badass.
Can we get any whiter? How white are we gonna get here?
Fucking Audio Slave.
No,
Tip
yep.
of a Dog.
There we go.
Mother Love Bone. I mean, we can go all 90s all day.
No, I'm just fucking with you. They are great bands, 100%. I've always been like I love 80s hair metal.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I fuck with it all the time, but
Warrant,
90s.
Quiet Riot, Cinderella, White Snake. It's my shiz. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But anyway, I think it's pretty much covers everything for today, doesn't it, guys?
I mean, yeah, we went from, you know,
Yeah, we kind of
covered
run
way
the gamut
more
there.
than we said we were going to.
Yeah.
to movies to music. I mean, a little bit of everything. How we came up with the cul-de-sac, you know.
This
kinda
is
a lot.
this gives you guys a pretty good grasp. You know, episode 1, we literally set out and we did this. This first episode, we had no structure, no guidelines on really what we were going to talk about. We knew we wanted to cover a couple of things, but there was no structure to this. We were just going to throw it out there, and whatever happens, happens. So this, just to give you guys kind of a sense of what this show is going to be about and what it's going to be. It's going to be, you know, just off the wall, random, whatever coming out of left field. You know, it's going to be a little bit of everything. So. Yeah. How do we end this? Does anybody know?
Coming soon.
Yeah, the trailer. I love that teaser trailer, dude. It was so much fun.
Yeah, perfect. It's great.
I got to use my movie guy voice in a world. It was so much fun. I had a blast doing that. What'd that take us? 2 hours?
I don't even know if it took that long because
Well, like to make it, edit it, and upload it.
you got our sound bites and then you went dark for at least 30 minutes, an hour.
100%.
You know, me, Nody, Callie, and PH ended up getting off, and then I wake up the next morning when the trailer's done. But I didn't even see what time you uploaded or anything. But talking to Doug earlier, we went out and got our cameras, and he's like, "Yeah, we stayed up a little bit longer, and he showed it to me that night and uploaded it and everything." I know when I woke up this morning, it had, I don't know, 40 something views for only 5 of us to know about it. That's pretty big. Like
I have a problem. You know, especially when it comes to something like that. You know, I enjoy doing that stuff so much that, like, when I sit down and I've got everything pretty much that I need to do it, I can't stop until it's done. And I don't know what it is. Like, literally, as soon as I jump in, as soon as I start going, it's literally like I can't stop. I can't quit until it's done. You know. Maybe
All right, so I got
OCD. I don't know.
I got a little I got a little like question for the ending. You know, but kind of before we end, and it's just a question for all of us.
Oh God,
So
these are never
you
good.
You got $5.
Oh
You
God.
got $5. You're going to the closest convenience store to you. What are you buying with that $5 right now?
Well, I mean, like right now, like literally,
Right
if I got up out of this seat and went to the store,
Yeah, $5. Choose wisely.
What is this, a game of Jigsaw? Like,
Bro,
Let's
you got
see.
$5. You better make yourself happy.
I don't even know. I don't even know if $5 would really cover what I would
Right.
get.
today's time you get a pack of gum and there's $2.50, it seems
Yeah.
like.
Like
I think
I
mine's
can't.
pretty
Get 35
predictable.
cents.
What are you
This,
getting?
this will come as to no surprise to anybody. I'm getting a
Chili
Mountain Dew and a bag of chili cheese Fritos.
Remember them damn chili cheese Fritos? Literally every day at breakfast, this dude eats chili cheese Fritos for fucking breakfast every day.
And if there's donut sticks available on sale in that grocery convenience store, whatever it is, you best believe Doug's getting those too.
See, I'm trying to do the math in my head right now. Like a can of Grizzly is like $3.59. So it's
You're-
like I've got like what $1 left. So
Do they sell cans of soda anymore?
yeah, can I get a canned amount? Can I get a can of Mountain Dew and
Bro, you can get
can
like
of
a
Grizzly?
fucking 30-ounce can for 99 cents at Boston Food Mart.
But
Arizona.
I'm probably
you
not
can get
gonna
an
drive
Arizona
all the
can.
way to Boston Food Mart.
Yeah.
But
Shout out Boston Food Mart. Let's get that sponsor real quick.
Yeah, best meatloaf around.
Yeah.
Let's go ask Maggie if she'll sponsor us.
hell
Hey, is that the
yeah,
blonde?
I
I
like
don't
it.
know. I just made up a name.
Oh. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, blonde. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys, keep your eyes posted. We will be back next week doing it all over again. Hope you guys have a great night or day or whatever the hell time it is wherever you are, and we will see you guys soon.